My friends, I hope you're doing well today. This is going to be a soul tribe reading. I almost didn't come do this reading. I'm not having the best day. Let's be honest. I'm not having the best day, and I even thought about not coming to do this reading, but last minute I decided I was going to do it. Again, I'm not having the best day. I won't go into it too much, but being an empath is hard because sometimes you absorb other people's energy like a sponge. And I've gotten pretty good at protecting my energy, but today I just hit a wall with that. So anyway, I ended up having a nap because my higher self was like, it's funny, I had soul tribe reading, I'm going to tell you. I had a pick a card all laid out. I woke up feeling like I wanted to do a pick a card, which I haven't felt like doing in a while. If you hear that, my neighbors are getting their roof replaced. It's really loud all of a sudden. Anyway, I am someone who, when I started my channel, I did everything intuitively. So any reading that I did because it was an intuitive urge that I got, or a download from my guides, or, something came through in a meditation. And then for a long time, I was like really obsessed with the bad comments in my comment section. So people were making comments like, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And instead of doing readings about this, why don't you do this? And, where's this type of reading? And I started trying to please those people. I started trying to create content to please those people. And my mental health and my intuitive gifts, it wasn't working for me. And even like to look at the statistics on YouTube, when I was trying to put stuff out like that, people weren't actually resonating with it, or it wasn't reaching them. And the reader that I listened to during my journey was always, I used to listen to these readings about being a light worker, and I'd be like, I don't even know why I'm listening to this, because I'm never going to put myself out there. And she would talk about not making content to please other people, doing what comes naturally to you intuitively, that once you start trying to put messages out there that you think people want to hear, you're going to start to see you're not reaching as many people. And she was completely right. So now I do everything intuitively, and I have people who are like, why aren't you doing these readings? And it's because that's not what my guides want me to do. People don't understand how channeling works either. It's not like I decide what the reading is going to be about. I heard another reader talk about it. It's like you open up your crown chakra as a reader, as a intuitive empath, whatever. And the messages come through. I know this sounds crazy, but your messages come through down your crown chakra, and they go through you and out through you. Like you channel source. So today was the first time in ages that I woke up and I had this like burning urge to do a pick a card reading. And I got all my cards laid out, and then I had a little tower moment in my day, and I just couldn't, my energy wasn't there anymore. It was like someone zapped my energy, so I couldn't actually do it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all that. Another thing, like I'll just complain about it for a minute because this is a soul tribe reading, and I know you guys understand. Maybe you don't understand if you don't chant, like maybe you're not someone who does tarot and things like that, but it's so frustrating to me when people are like, just read the cards. And it's like, it's not just about the cards. Like people will tell me, why do you spend so much time talking and, channeling energy? Because that's what I'm doing. The things that I hear, the messages that come through, they don't come through because like, I know readers who read tarot cards and they're just like, oh, that's a chariot, this means that. Oh, you've got the star here, that means that. Oh, that's a page of wands, that means that. That's not who I am. I know all the meanings of the cards. I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't even know what the type of psychic ability it is that I have. It's the one where you just hear things and you just know things. I'm also clairaudient. Is that what it's called? So I channel through music. Anyway, people just don't understand, and it gets like I've learned to ignore the comments. You know, I've learned that like opinions are like, and everybody's got one. I know. But it can be like, how would you feel? Like, again, I'm just ranting. I'm just venting to my friends. But it would be like if you went to work every day and you had 20,000 people telling you, you're not doing your job right. Why are you cutting hair like that? Why are you doing it like that? Why are you hammering the nail like that? Like, it's just, Anyway, so I haven't felt called to do a pick a card reading. And then today, of course, the day that I felt called to do one, my morning just didn't go as planned. And even though I was trying not to absorb the energy of the situation, I did. So anyway, I decided to have a nap and I woke up feeling better and I did a love reading, and I wanted to come on and do a soul tribe reading with you, especially because yesterday I was talking about how I was feeling blah and how I was feeling a little lonely. And I noticed a lot of you commenting that you were feeling the same way. Healing is a lonely journey. For some reason, I'm hearing the song "One is the Loneliest Number" in my head right now. So anyway, I wanted to come on and read the chapter for today, because the chapter I told you guys yesterday, how to remember you're not alone even when it really feels like you are. There's a fly buzzing around me. And in my emotional sadness, or the energy that I was absorbing from someone else, where I sit outside, there's like this giant spider. I know I've mentioned the spider before, and how I used to like be afraid of spiders. I would like get rid of their webs so that they couldn't be near me. And now I just leave them. But there's a spider out there that I've been, I don't want to cry about a spider, but I might. That's just who I am. I'm a sensitive soul. I've been, very aware of this spider. It built its nest right where I like to sit outside and watch the birds and sit under the moon. So I've been very careful to, like, at night when I know the spider's out, I pull my chair way out so that I'm not disturbing the spider. Anyway, my sadness today came from being a mom, and it's hard not to absorb your children's energy when they're hurt, or feeling sad. So that's what was happening with me today. And then when I went to feed the birds, I noticed the spider outside has built a nest. And I think that the spider is about to die. So I'm very upset about that. Hang on. As someone who has, watched animals for quite a few years, I know that this type of spider that this is, I know that because it's getting colder, it's about to hit the end of its life. And usually what happens is they build, I don't know anything about spiders. I just know through watching this one breed of spiders, this one type of spider, that when it gets to a certain point of coldness, the spider dies. And before it dies, it makes a nest where it puts spider eggs for the spring or whatever. And today I noticed that where the spider has been hiding all this time, there's now a nest there. And it's come out of its little hidey hole, and now it's covering the nest. So I know... Oh my gosh. So I know that it's nearing the end of its life, and it's like it's taking its final action to protect its children. Oh my gosh. I had to excuse myself. I really am a sensitive soul anyway. So I was, dealing with, taking on one of my kids' energy, and then I was really upset about this spider. Just thinking about what a lonely life that spider's had, and how, I don't know, my heart goes out to that spider. I know that sounds weird. Anyway, that was weird. Sorry. I'm not sorry. This is what makes me who I am. So Anyway, when I was younger, I felt very alone. I felt very misunderstood. And I, was someone who found comfort in animals and insects and things like that. I still do. And even like more so now that I'm spiritual. Anyway, I was just thinking about that spider, about how hard it worked. It gave its life. And now in its final moments, it's like protecting its children. Anyway, it just, this moon is making me emotional. Again, I don't know why I shared any of that with you. Well, because you're my friends and because you encourage me to share those things. But so that's me. How are you? So anyway, I was just thinking about that lonely spider. And I felt really, I did feel like coming and doing this reading today because healing is a lonely journey. It's very lonely. And I didn't know what deck I was going to grab. I intuitively grabbed a deck. And I grabbed this one, Magic of You, Unlock Your Hidden Truths. And I'm not quite sure why I grabbed it, but it made me... I don't know what needs to come out that you need to hear or why I grabbed this deck. But there was something solitary that I was feeling about this deck, or just the topic of like feeling like you're alone. You're not actually alone because you have yourself. You're never alone as long as you have yourself and your higher self, is what I've learned. You always have you. And that's why I grabbed this deck, The Magic of You, because you always have yourself even when you feel alone. So... I actually feel, excuse me while I just wipe my nose. I actually feel like reading you this card because it's on the bottom, and I don't know, there's something intuitively that's calling to me to read this card to you, and it says, become a loving mirror. So let's see what that's about. The simple, unselfish joy that comes from knowing something good has happened to someone else fulfills and heals the angry, self-pitying soul. It's time for emotional unification and appreciation for self and others. When we delight in the well-being and the success of others, we mirror these thoughts. As has been demonstrated and proven in the science of quantum physics, we become a part of what we identify and acknowledge. Unconditional appreciation for others' happiness is liberation. It touches our soul and reverberates through our experience of life like the delicate ripples across a man's heart. Or a person's heart. Oh, this man. Okay, that's okay then. It is time to be brave and put your fear, resentment, jealousy, and anger aside and delight in the joy of others. Trust and know that by this simple contemplation and observation, your own heart is healed and restored, and your life will reflect the joy and success you see around you perfectly and uniquely. So you could be someone who, I used to be someone who lived from a very jealous, envious place. I'm thinking back to when I was 16, actually, and I was really unhappy. And my mom had separated from my dad, and she had moved me across the country, and I was not happy. I was going through a lot then. I had a lot of stuff emotionally going on. And I remember she was like doing really well. She went through a glow up. She was happy. She was making friends. It was like a side of my mom that I had never seen. And I was jealous of that. And I remember being quite angry at her for being happy and, because I wasn't happy. And now looking back, I see what she was going through. She was going through an awakening. She was going through a leveling up. Anyway, not joy, but if you watched Inside Out too, anxiety, jealousy, envy, it all comes from a place of fear and ego. And, if you find yourself being jealous of others' success, or, if you find yourself being envious of other people, it is a big red flag that there's something within you that's unhealed. And anyway, I don't know why I'm saying any of that, but it's coming out. So there is something about trying to find joy and happiness for other people's accomplishments rather than thinking about it from a place of envy and jealousy. And again, if you are feeling envy and jealousy over someone else, that is because a wound within you is being triggered. So let's see what you need to hear, my friend. I thought that was a spider. I was like, are you kidding me? So let's see what you need to hear. We have pause in your journey. So you could be someone going through a pause in your journey right now, or maybe you've hit a roadblock. When epoch, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Epoch, I don't know, is drawn, it may feel like life has been split down the middle. The corresponding card in the traditional tarot deck is the Tower. Yeah, I was getting Tower energy for sure. Look at that. It's also number 7, which is Chariot energy. So maybe you're, experiencing a bit of stagnancy in your journey, or something has happened that's caused you to have to stop and deal with it before you move on. The process can be traumatizing and painful, but all meaningful change comes after a time of great destruction, a clearing out of the old to make way for the new. Just like volcanoes and earthquakes will violently rock the planet to create new continents, cataclysmic and destructive events in our personal lives will bring new opportunities for growth and evolution. The act of purging makes way for the eventual new path of action. However, a quiet period of breakdown and decay is also necessary and essential for regeneration and rebirth on every level, physical, mental, and spiritual. The man of epoch, I don't know how to pronounce it, is torn asunder, but the flowers of inspiration are slowly blooming around him and within him as he pauses in his journey. Take a moment and solace right now. Wait before you make your next move. New developments are ahead. A sign will appear like the bird poised on the man of epoch's knee. I'm probably saying that wrong. It is drinking the nectar to pollinate. You and your life are growing, becoming. So it could be that you have recently been through a Tower moment, or you feel like there's a fork in your, or you're at a fork in the road. The way that I read these two, for some of you, this could be past energy. So this could be something in your recent past, or even I'm hearing last year, that's making way for something new coming towards you. It's been a repetitive theme in Soul Tribe readings that something beautiful and new is coming. Let's see what else you need to hear. Maybe you're feeling, this reading is about feeling alone. So maybe there was a Tower moment in your life that has you feeling very alone right now. Or maybe you're just experiencing little Tower moments. We have resilience, burn away the past. Another message that's been very, very much in our readings of recently. The girl of resilience is relaxed. So it's number 10. No, never mind. The first one we read was number 10. Never mind. This is 27. The girl of resilience is relaxed. She impassively strokes and stirs the flames of her past at her feet. I'm just going to show it to you. So she's relaxed about this. She's, sitting in that Tower moment, relaxing, releasing whatever doesn't belong, helping the Tower moments along is what I'm hearing. In her crowded room of memories, she fans the flames without fear of letting go of events, ideas, people, and places that once defined her. She is comfortable in her room and is not leaving her space. The smoke does not overcome her. The window is open and the branch of the tree of life reaches to guide her, always to heightening clarity and wisdom. When resilience appears, it's time to stoke the fires of your past and release that which no longer serves you. Know that to rise like a phoenix, it is necessary to dive into the flames. Be warmed and confident in the light that comes from burning away and releasing the bad and the good of the past. Release it all to be reborn with Agni, the inner flame. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Somebody said, I don't care how you pronounce words. I care about your vibration. I like that. So again, I'm looking almost at this, the way that I'm laying it from left to right in my perspective. It looks like past energy, tower moments, present energy, trying to release the past, good and bad, releasing things that no longer serve you, people, situations, thought processes, patterns, addictions. Again, that tower energy, anything that doesn't align must go. You could be going through Phoenix energy, you know, breaking generational cycles, learning karmic lessons. You could be having hot flashes right now. So what does my lovely soul tribe need to hear? Soul tribe, soul tribe. We have liberation, free yourself. And translucence, love the darkness. Interesting. We have 33 and 13 here. So we have this one, liberation. And we have translucence. So let's read liberation first. Liberation is the codependency card. I was just talking about how anything, addictions, codependency, anything that doesn't align must go. So you could be releasing codependent attachments, addictions. Let's just read. Liberation is the codependency card. It's time to liberate yourself from toxic people who might have been soft and seductive in life, but are now smothering you. Interesting. The girl of liberation was once seduced by the soft embrace of the swan, but now its deathly gaze signifies all life is gone and she is trapped by its snake-like coils crushing her essence. It's time to unwind the tentacles trapped around you. They may be those of lovers, family members, after we were talking about that yesterday. Any people with intimate access to you. Recognize who is lifting you and who is pulling you down. So interesting. After our reading yesterday, I kept getting the download of an image in my mind of, do you guys know, this isn't what I was picturing, but do you know the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where he drinks the bubble liquid and he floats up? What I was seeing after our Soul Tribe reading yesterday is I was thinking almost like, I don't know why my visions come through the way they do, but I was almost like seeing a hot air balloon or like a parade balloon or like the image of someone like drinking that liquid that makes them float up. And these people that we have attachments to, the family members that we need to let go of, the situations, the addictions, the lovers, the friends, whatever it is, they prevent you, those attachments prevent you from rising to your full potential and fully ascending is what I'm hearing. And I just kept seeing the image of like a hot air balloon with the ropes, people holding on to them, holding you down. And it is hard to let go. I have a horrible time letting go of people. Even when I let them go, I still hang on to them, even though I shouldn't. And I still reach out in hopes that they've, changed or had a different perspective. And oftentimes that's what keeps me chained down. Like, this is what I'm working on right now. Anyway, just full transparency. But I kept seeing an image yesterday after that reading of the things that keep us from ascending, the things that keep us from truly rising into our power, being our true authentic selves. I also have to say, For some of you, I was getting the energy that this could be related to twin flame because of the swan. The soft swan that once hugged her is now a snake coiled around her, and swans can be symbolic of the counterpart journey, and divinity. So I just wanted to bring it up for those of you who are needing to release your counterpart. The tentacles also be that of a job. Recognize who is lifting you up and who is pulling you down. The tentacles might also be that of a job or learning environment. It's time to move on when liberation appears. In a situation of codependency, remember you are holding each other back. So although you may feel that you owe it to another to stay and continue, liberation reminds you that it is not only you that is being held back. It is the other person too. Take action and free yourself and them. And it's reminding me, I did a reading yesterday of an energy where the viewer was like a healer, an empath who just wanted to help and heal this other person. And the energy of the other person was like lower vibrational energy, toxicity, narcissism, coldness, detachment. And in that reading, I was saying to that viewer, like, and I know from experience that the only way to help that person is to let them go. The only way to help them heal, you can tell them that you see, I see your good side. I know that's not who you are. You can tell them that, you can tell them, hey, you need to heal. You can try and beg them to heal. I just keep thinking of like someone with an addiction. You can't convince somebody to heal if they don't want to heal. And sometimes holding on to them can be holding them down, like this card said. By holding on to them and trying to convince them to heal, you're actually holding them back from learning the lessons they need to learn in order to heal. Anyway, don't know why all that's coming out, but it is, so I'm going to say it. So take action, free yourself and them. So anything, that you're holding on to that you shouldn't be holding on to. Guilty. As soon as I said that, like several things came to my mind that I need to release. All right. So we also have Translucence here. It's time to enter the underworld. You have been existing on the superficial plane for too long and balance is required. Be like the goddess Persephone, who descended to the underworld in the patriarchal, how do I say that word? The more I look at it, the more it doesn't make sense. I can hear it in my head. Anyway, in the patriarchal myth, it is said that she was stolen by Hades, and this is not true. A goddess that is powerful would never be stolen. In a matriarchal, whatever that word is, society, she would have been described as entering willingly and then deciding to have Hades as her partner. The Maiden of Translucence has her eyes closed, like the Fool in the traditional tarot deck. This is a card signifying the beginning of life's next magical adventure. She is letting go, and her winged bird steed is preparing to plunge into the cracked earth opening up before them. The forest branches beckon, come this way. When Translucence, I have goosebumps all over. I have goosebumps. When Translucence appears, it is also time to redefine your own parameters, protect your sanctuary, and willingly take the journey into the unknown inner verse of you. Feathers are shedding, a hand is beckoning. Take the journey. This card is saying it's time to fall in love with the darkness, and I just heard it's time to fall in love with you. And what's keeping you from being able to go down that path and have that new magic? I was just saying, what's keeping you from taking that leap of faith, the Fool? This right here. All right, so let's get one more, and then we'll read from the book. One more. What are you? We have make peace with your past. Number 1. Interesting, because that other energy was Fool energy. 1 is Magician energy. Anyway, I see a theme. So number 1, making peace with your past. It feels like this is a progression I'm seeing. Tower moment, and then burning away of the past, Phoenix energy, diving into the fire, changing, then releasing what no longer serves you, releasing codependent attachments, release anything that's holding you down, and then taking a leap of faith into the unknown, and then making peace with your past. A rower sitting in her boat can only see from where she has come from as she surges forward. When Avenor presents, it's time to gain perspective and an understanding of the role your past has played in the direction you are heading today. Are you able to appreciate the beauty of where you come from and let that guide you into your future? Or are you focused on problems, mistakes, and disappointments and letting them forge your direction? As you strike out in the pursuit of more, Avenor, I don't know how to say that, reminds you to contemplate that more will never be meaningful and fulfilling until you truly embrace and unconditionally appreciate where you have come from in all of its purifying pain and gentle glory. Avenor is a healing card. It's time to make peace with your past. The girl in Avenor emerges from her journey along a dark, stormy sea. Her hair is still bearing the waves as she rode, as she was guided into this moment by her past. She trusts her gut. The tree of life grows from her core experiences. Radiant and brave, she confidently faces the unknown future by anchoring herself in the present moment. In doing so, she embraces her life's journey without judgment. I'm getting goosebumps again. So learning to live in the present moment, making peace with your past. I believe we've been talking about this around here. Nor fear its weight or legacy, she has learned to see it for what it is, essential for her growth. As you face your challenges, embrace your past. Climb high, be brave and bold. Unconditionally, the past lifts you up. The tree of life is yours to climb. Trust it. Trust it. All right. So let's get into this book, and then we'll get you... I'm going to use those messages from Spirit again, because that was too magical yesterday when the message from Spirit was exactly what that book was saying. So, how to remember you're not alone, even when it really feels like you are. When you feel like you're alone, it's not the aloneness you're afraid of. You know how to spread your arms across cool sheets at night. You know how to drive with the windows down, letting the cadences of your favorite songs move through you. You know the tranquil peace of slowly settling yourself into a warm bath. You know the strange charm of walking around by yourself, gazing upward and imagining the stories of the city. You know it is only ever in solitude that we extract the most important truths about our lives. Without the expectations of others around us, we get to see who we most essentially are. You know what it is to be alone. It is not your aloneness that gives you that pinching and panicked feeling. It's loneliness, which sounds the same, but it's actually different. Loneliness is what happens when you convince yourself that you're no longer worth connection. Loneliness is what happens when you misbelieve that love is something you get when you're good enough, something you receive when you play by the specific and unrelenting rules of those you're most invested in receiving it from. That type of connection, though, it's not connection. It's hunger, it's vanity, it's attachment. And remember that card about releasing codependent attachments. Connection is the free-flowing state of sharing presence with another. The more people would want to connect with you than you'd probably assume. Connection is recognizing that even when life hands you a season of aloneness, you are never completely disconnected. You are a part of every person you've ever loved. I hope I don't cry. You are a part of every place you've ever been. You are cared for even if those who care are no longer present in your day-to-day life. You almost always have at least one person who will care enough to stand by you even at your worst. We all assume that because we live in such a hyper-connected society that we should be less lonely than ever. Not only can we keep in touch with everyone we've ever known, but we can also witness every detail of their lives unfold before us. No human beings prior to this ever experienced society in such a way. That's exactly the problem. What we gain in connection, we lose in context. People used to move on from old towns and groups and friends, catching up now and again, but generally reserving the intimate details of their lives for those who grew in alignment with them. This is healthy because it gives us space to find new identities instead of being stuck trying to appease all the different ones we constructed that have come together all at once to witness how we are today. We feel most alone when we are strangers to ourselves, and in a world where everyone is watching, we are more pieces of what they would want us to be than the whole of what we want to become. We don't know where we fit because our ideas of ourselves are bound up in expectations. We have different faces for different people, and somewhere throughout the constant pressure to be something else, we lose something. Sorry, my nose is running. We lose something, our true selves, our real selves, the selves that know we are permanently and fundamentally connected, the selves that know we don't need 100 friends to feel fulfilled. We don't even need 10. Life is not a popularity contest. It's not about who is best at what and how much so. It's about that real connection, which is the willingness to show up exactly as we are and realizing we're being met exactly where we are. No adjustments, no shifting, no hiding. When we have this type of authentic connection, we end up discovering a sense of unity that we could never piece together from staring at vignettes of someone's life. We begin to understand that those creeping doubts, subtle fears, deep curiosities, they're universal. For how different we are and how much our experiences may vary, there is no human experience you can have that someone else has not had at least a similar version of. Coming to this realization is simple but hard. We have to truly see through the guise of what we thought connection was in an effort to foster it in reality. We have to truly let go, trying to appeal to every person imaginable in an effort to come home to ourselves. When life hands us a season of being by ourselves, we have to find the courage to sleep alone and eat alone and dance in the kitchen in our underwear and lay in the bed at night and wonder if we are going to be okay. We do not earn connection. In the words of Mary Oliver, you do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through a desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Try to find love for the moments that life has given to you to be alone. Try to find love as you remember that you are already a piece of something far bigger than you, from where you came from and where you will return. Try to find love in the fact that maybe you're being given an opportunity to be introduced to yourself so that you might be able to introduce that person to someone else. And maybe that was the piece missing all along. So the next chapter, which I'll read probably tomorrow it depends on that pick a card, but I'll read it next time. 7 ways to become your most emotionally resilient self. Maybe I need to read that one. Anyway, let's get a message from Spirit for you. Perfect timing. My phone's about to die. I don't know why. I don't even know what this says. I was just told, take it. I don't even know what it says. So, messages for my friends, Spirit. What message does my friend need to hear? From the universe, from Spirit, from God, whatever it is that you believe in. I don't even know what that said. I don't even know why I looked at it out of habit. So, you are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? That's interesting because this one is about feeling alone. Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest that you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on the way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments. The gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? And I love you. Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone else's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. And for some reason, I'm feeling called to get one more, which usually I only get one. But today it's 3. Today you get 3 messages. I don't know why I keep looking at the bottom. I can't see anything by just glancing at it. Interesting. This is a similar one. Dear you, there's only one you, and you have a unique place in the universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimately happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Again, there's something here about envy. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have, choose what your heart wants, and know that your purpose is yours alone. No one can claim your magic nor take it away. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. Love you always and forever. So I'm going to leave it there, my friends. Thank you for being with me for another Soul Tribe reading. Thank you for sitting here while I cried about a spider. That's just who I am. It's interesting because I don't know why I'm saying this, but I really don't have any regrets about going off my medication. Yes, I'm crying over a spider, but a few months ago, I would have felt so numb to that I wouldn't have thought anything of it. Of course I would have, but I probably wouldn't have been able to feel the emotion behind it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying that. So after we're done this book, which we're halfway through. We're halfway through this book. Look, halfway. She has another one, which I've mentioned, called The Mountain Is You, which I haven't read. But I'm thinking about reading like this to you guys if you want to. So anyway, I'm going to go now. What are you guys going to do? I'm going to go make supper and do muggle things and reflect and think about you guys. What are you guys going to do? Tell me, what are you doing tonight? Are you doing anything fun? Watching any movies? Is anybody watching any Halloween movies? I did watch a few Halloween movies. I have a problem with scary movies though. So the Halloween movies I watch are ones that don't scare me. So you can imagine they're probably not very good. Like I can't handle scary movies. There are some that I can handle. Anyway, the one that I most recently watched, just to share and to, share with you, is Children of the Corn, which is one that it's never scared me, that movie. Obviously, it's kind of a silly, scary movie. But yeah, that's the movie I most recently watched. So what are you doing? Tell me, I want to know. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you again for sitting with me and sharing your energy with me and accepting me. And I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Sun's shining right in my face.